Hi, it's Kenny from Triscribe. In this video, I'm going to describe how all the features and drill down capability in our charts work. So I'm logged into the demo version of Triscribe and I'm at the main dashboard. And for this video, I'm going to use one of our antibiotic charts. So I'll click into antibiotics and you can see the antibiotics chart comes straight up. So a couple of quick features right at the top of the page. You can go back to the dashboard and this will tell you which dashboard tile you've clicked. You can see the heading. And along the top here, you will see these tabs. These tabs are the different charts that are available in antibiotics. So whenever you click a tile, it will go to a default chart, but there will be a number of other tabs that are available, which show you which charts are available. So let's scroll down to the chart itself. And I'm going to start at the top and work my way down. So there are a number of things that you can do which sit right at the top of the chart here. The first thing you see here is a title. So this is days of therapy monthly between March and 31st August 2018 in this demo version. That is a dynamic title. So if you change any of the key features like the dates or whether you're on days of therapy, defined daily dose, or whether it's monthly or weekly, that title will change in response. And I'm going to show you one of the things that you might use quite often. So on the top left, there's quite a simple options button. And when you click that, it allows you to change the grouping. So I'm going to change from monthly to weekly. And you'll see the data on the chart changes. And you'll see that this heading now says days of therapy weekly between the same dates. Underneath the heading, you'll also see a little button. This allows you to export the chart. The export function, if you click, allows two options as an image, so a PNG that you can put in a presentation or send in an email or just share in any way. If you do want to see the numbers in the chart and use them for something else, you can also download it as a CSV, which is effectively a spreadsheet file. Now, when you do the CSV download, what you're going to see is the numbers that are in the chart. So you're not going to see all the details of all the doses that underlie that, but you're going to see for that week a list that shows 845, 520, those numbers. Okay. So that's available. Then the final button in this section of the chart, but kind of the most important one, is this button called filters. So when you click on filters, you will see quite a big screen appears in front of you. And filters are just the various tools that allow you to drill down into the data and see much more specific data on what you're looking for. So in this chart, we have a variety of filters for dates, for the drugs that are shown, for the ward groups. We also can filter by the age range and sex of the patients, and we can also filter by route. And we can change any of those filters, and we can click Apply Filters, and it will change what appears on the chart. Now, the specifics in those filters are going to vary by different chart, and if you look at the most up-to-date kind of what's in the box guide of what's in Triscribe, you will see which filters apply in which chart. But if you're going to be a Triscribe user, you're likely going to use these a lot, and you'll soon get used to which ones work on which chart, depending on what kind of drill down is most valuable for that type of data. So really important. If you're not sure and you need more detail, just click filters, and that's quickly going to show you what options are available. And if you do get into a chart and you click filters and you think, I wish I could filter this chart on this, doesn't have drug groupings and I'd love to be able to do it, whatever it might be, please just let us know. All that kind of feedback is really useful. We want to make this filter screen the way which you can use the charts and make them as useful to your specific needs as possible. Okay, so that brings us into the main body of the chart. So you will see a variety of charts. This is a line graph, that's probably the most common, but you will see bar graphs, you will see pie charts, you'll see different styles, but they're all kind of graph styles and they have the same main features. There are charts which are league tables where the features are slightly different. and there is a short video available which shows how those league tables work. But for most of our charts, you'll see something like this. This is a line graph. It's days of therapy and dates. These dates are now weekly. If you looked when it was monthly, there was less data points. When you hover over the chart, it tells you what the value in those numbers is. So this is split across a total, which is the WHO aware list, and then it's split watch, access, reserve. On all of these types of charts, you will see this kind of key at the bottom. Firstly, it tells you, it reminds you what each line color is and how when you look at it. But you can also use this to very quickly adjust the chart. So sometimes in a chart, it's a little confusing to have that total. So we can just remove it and it makes it clearer. You'll see some charts where there's quite a lot of lines where you might want to remove the total in the top 2 or 3 lines and the chart expands. So that lets you see differences between maybe areas which are much smaller. So if I click watch as well, you start to see the separation between the access and reserve lists is increasing and it's a bit clearer what's going on there. And I can flick those back off again. The other thing you will see on a lot of charts, not everyone, because it doesn't work for everyone, you will see an option to look at the data. So this data is absolute numbers. So when I look at that, there's 845 days of therapy for the drugs in those groups, total groups, during that week ending 30th April. But I could look at it and say, what is that total number of days of therapy per 100 bed days? So to adjust slightly, and it showed, now you might think this is showing me the same number slightly adjusted. It is because this is demo data, but if you saw this in real life, you would see it change much more significantly. And I can also, if I have per 100 bed days, I can choose to show a rolling average as well. So that shows a line and it shows it for the total number. So you might even want to take those off so you can see this more clearly. And it shows the total number. So it shows how the variation in per 100 bed days is going against the 4-week rolling average. And I can change that rolling average to be a different number of weeks depending on how I want to look at the data. So that's pretty quick and easy way of getting at data, normalizing data. We find that a lot of consultants like to look at that so they can normalize the data and see averages, and it just helps clarify trends. So that's really it. That's a summary of all the different features that you can see right on the face of a Triscribe chart. So you can tell there's a number of different ways you can manipulate it in the chart, and there's a lot of stuff in the filters that will allow you to drill down and change the basic shape of the chart. And then you might still want to use those other features to refine it further to give you exactly the view that you need for your priorities, whatever it is you need to look at. There's quite a lot in that description. So we prepared a simple 1-page ready reference guide, which you can download from our website and which you can see on the screen now, which just shows you where all those different features I've just talked about are on a standard chart. That's it for chart features. As always, love to hear any questions or feedback or anything else you'd like to know. And thanks for watching.